Good morning, guys. Welcome to my next vlog. Today, again, unfortunately, you're going to hear me talking in my house. Was hoping to try and get out on a golf course, but it's blowing an absolute hoolie, like 45, 50 mile an hour winds. So, going to take a rain check on that today. Instead, what I'm going to show you is actually how I practice at home with certain things. And also, I did put on Twitter the other day, I'll be doing my second edition of What's in the Bag. There might be a few of these through the year, as you'll soon to get to know me. I'm a bit of a golf club demon, really. I like new shiny toys in the golf bag. So I'm going to show you what I've updated my bag since I did my first one when I actually first started the channel. So yeah, let's get cracking, I think. This will be fun. So let's get started. We'll start at the bottom of the bag today, shall we? I probably should have cleaned these before we did this, shouldn't I? It's a bit embarrassing. Anyway, we'll go on. So I have got currently only 2 wedges in the bag. This is somewhere that I'm still looking to fill. When I get a bit of money, I will hopefully get myself one more wedge and then the set will be full. But I have got the Cleveland RTX 3 still in a 50 and a 54 degree. I love these. I kind of tried them out at one of my local golf clubs. They were actually on offer towards the end of this last season, and I bought a couple of them, fell in love with them. Absolutely fell in love with them. Can't even really tell you why, I just love the feel of them more than anything. But yeah, really good wedges. I'm looking to get a 58, maybe a 60 because of my gapping, but apart from that, really happy with these, especially now I've got my yardages with them as well. Now, let's go to the irons. Now, these haven't changed, so if you watch my last What's in the Bag video, you'll get pretty bored of this already, but these are possibly the single-handedly my favourite irons I've ever hit, which surprised me because this brand is somewhat as a brand that don't necessarily get themselves out there, but I've got let's show you, Srixon Z785 irons. Now these are a cavity back iron. They're just really simple. I actually love it. There's not a lot going on behind the blade, behind the head, which I like. There's quite a thin top line when I look down at it. It's in a Modus Pro or NS Pro Modus 3 stiff flex. Did try an extra stiff when I got them fitted. However, I just didn't like it. Felt it was almost too heavy and almost felt too rigid. And I also just got a standard kind of Srixon grip with 2 layers of tape underneath as well. The lines are actually a degree weaker, just because I felt they were just flying a little bit too far. But yeah, absolutely love them. And what was actually even better, it's because I'm quite lazy. They're really simple to clean because there's nothing going on there. You know, they're really simple to clean. I don't do it enough, but yeah, there we are. So I've got these from pitching wedge right up to 5 iron, and then it brings me on to my next club, I guess. So let me show you that one. Now this is my absolute baby. I've actually fell in love with this club the moment I bought it. So originally I had a different utility iron. I had a Srixon utility iron. Got rid of that a while back. It's actually the same one, not the same one, but same model as the one I did in the giveaway. So yeah, it's that one. I actually love that as well. However, I hit this and I absolutely fell in love with it. This is the TaylorMade P790. It is in a 2 iron. Now, some of you guys may think 5 iron to 2 iron is quite a big gap. I would agree with you. It's something I'm looking to either fill, or I'm actually starting to learn how to play kind of knockdown shots with this club, and it's actually working quite well. I'm feeling quite comfortable kind of playing half swings and 3/4 swings with this. So I might actually just stick with the gap as it is and actually adjust my 2 iron kind of swings because I'm feeling quite comfortable and actually taking stuff off this club, which I've never normally felt. But it's in the Hazardous Shaft Project X in a it's in the stiff, sorry, not 6.0 in these, they confuse me. 85 grams, it's in low spin. Just with a standard kind of golf pride grip, no layers of tape yet. I'm going to try and get it re-gripped and get a couple more so it's the same as my irons. But yeah, absolutely love this club. A really good alternative off the tee if driver isn't quite firing, especially at the minute when I'm going for a swing change. This is something really reliable to go to. So yeah, my baby, TaylorMade P790 2 iron. And now we come to the real main event. Now this is a driver that I say I fell in love with the club all the time when I describe clubs, but for some reason, I don't know why, but I've never played this brand, never. And if you'd have seen my Q&A, you know what driver it is, but if you haven't, I've never played this brand up until this point. And for the life of me now, I can't think why. This club is single-handedly, and this is not a plug for the brand, by the way, I'm obviously not sponsored because I'm not big enough. This club is single-handedly the best driver I think I've ever played. Just for kind of feel off the face, not necessarily off the centre, because I'm struggling to find the centre at the minute, but generally off-centred hits at the minute still feel really quite good. To the point where sometimes I don't even know, obviously can feel where I've hit it, but sometimes it just feels like I've hit fairly close to middle. I look down and maybe sometimes that's not the case, but let me show you. It is Callaway Rogue. I've gone Sub-Zero. Now, problems I've always had with drivers is I've always been quite a high spinning driver of the ball. That's due to mainly strike, because I've hit quite low off the face, but generally I've always struggled to kind of produce lower spin numbers. With the swing change I'm doing with Rich down at Dainty at the minute, that's actually bringing them down, which is awesome. But this is helping as well. So this is Sub-Zero. I've actually got the weight at the back at the minute. I am going to try and adjust that as soon and bring the weight forward, because that will also bring spin down. But at the minute, quite happy with it. Just changing delivery more than anything has allowed me to change spin numbers. So keeping it as it is at the minute. So yeah, Callaway Rogue Sub-Zero, there it is. Lovely looking club. It is in the hazardous yellow, stiff shaft, with a mid-sized Golf Pride grip. Now this is, again, I've never had a mid-sized grip on a driver before, but I actually quite like it. I feel like I can actually, sounds weird, but with a bigger grip I feel like I can manipulate face a little bit more. That's just a feeling, whether I can or not I don't know. But it's all set in neutral at the minute. It's a 9-degree loft, which is the lowest I've ever been with a driver. But yeah, 9 degrees, set to neutral at the minute. Hopefully gonna, once I've got my swing change kind of buttoned down, I'm gonna try and dial it in a little bit more. But yeah, single-handedly one of the best drivers I think I've ever hit. Callaway Rogue. And they're well, they're not cheap, but they are cheaper now, because obviously the Epic Flash has come out. So make sure you go and get one if you fancy. If you've thought about buying one of these, don't think about it, go and do it, because single-handedly the best driver I think I've ever hit. So yeah, Callaway Rogue, my driver. And on to my final club. So I've left this one. Normally I would have started with this one, but I've left this one. This is a club that's actually grown on me. I bought this last season, start of last season. Felt okay with it, not amazing. Like this area of my game is something I've never been 100% confident with. I'm actually quite streaky in terms of how I perform with this club in general, whether it's me or whether it's the club. It's probably me. But staying faithful to it, it is my Odyssey O-Works putter. It's in the Fang Counterbalance. A putter that I've actually it's grown on me. It has grown on me. I've always quite liked the traditional kind of blade, which I've had ever since I had one Daddy Longlegs when the Daddy Longlegs TaylorMades came out once. Got rid of it within a month. Couldn't stand it, but I had a blade ever since then. I loved it really. Always been quite a traditionalist, as you can see from my irons. I don't like a lot going on with the irons. I like quite a classic, almost like a blade look. Love it, absolutely love it. Actually kind of saw this, and the moment I hit it, it felt lovely. Felt absolutely lovely. For me, it was just kind of getting over the visuals of it. To me, this looks really quirky, so I just had to kind of try and get used to that. The reason I stuck with it is because I know it actually feels alright, and I actually putt fairly well with it. Putting for me this year is something I'm going to massively be working on. I've been looking at kind of the rounds, and I'm marking on the card now every time I 3 putt or more, or if I miss a short 4-footer or whatever. And I'm starting to see a common pattern of not really off the tee actually letting me down. When I'm playing well, off the tee is probably my strongest point. When I'm playing badly, off the tee really is still quite good. I get a few kind of wild ones, but that's because I'm going for a swing change with the driver. But generally off the tee, I'm quite solid now. What surprised me is here that I'm actually losing shots. So putting is a massive thing I'm going to be working on. And it actually brings me to the next part of my video, which is actually kind of showing you how I'm practicing even if I'm not on the golf course. So yeah, Odyssey putter. Oh, forgot to tell you, it's in a supersize mid-slim grip. Again, always been kind of standard grip size with everything, whether it's irons. Went to this and this just felt lovely. I don't have any kind of unconventional grip. I don't have claw. I'm kind of just normal overlap. I hold everything the same, whether it's driver to putter. So But yeah, so that's my bag. Although it's very brief, I just wanted to give you an update really, because there is a couple of new additions like the driver and the 2-iron. Thought I'd kind of keep you up to date. I have decided a ball that I'm going to play with this year. So you'd have seen on my first What's in the Bag. If you haven't, go and check it out. But if you'd have seen on my first What's in the Bag, I'm in an R in between 2 golf balls. I've decided to go with the golf ball. Let me try and get one for you. And here they are. Let's see if you can see that. TaylorMade TP5. So I've gone with this ball. These are actually this year's model. I've gone and forked out for a dozen of these. American Golf actually did quite a good deal at the minute. They give you 2 balls for free to test them. If you don't like them, you can bring them back. So I kind of took advantage of that, and I've decided to keep them. They are absolutely lovely. I've played a couple of rounds with them now and absolutely love the feel of them. I like something that feels quite soft. I don't like a hard golf ball. For me, I'm just kind of focusing on how it feels with an iron and a wedge. A lot of people kind of feel how it is with a putter, or just the wedges. But I like a kind of soft feeling golf ball and a nice sounding golf ball off the irons. I don't like anything that's too clicky. And this wasn't that. This was absolutely perfect. You almost got a real crisp sound when you kind of strike them well. But yeah, TaylorMade TP5 is the golf ball I'm going to play with this year. So that was my What's in the Bag. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very brief, but I just wanted to kind of talk you through the updates more than actually the stuff you already know. If you've got any questions about the golf bag and how I look at buying clubs, I actually had someone message me on Facebook the other day actually asking me my opinion on hybrids. Unfortunately, I don't play with hybrids, so it's difficult for me to give my opinion. But if you've got any questions regarding irons, drivers, wedges, the lot, just give me a message on all my social media. You'll see them at the end of this video. So yeah, let me kind of talk you through now how I practice a certain part of the game that I'm really looking to improve this year at home. You see a lot of these videos online that kind of get taken a mick out of, where you see people practicing swings with frying pans or whatever it is. It's mental really. But I'm going to show you something that's really simple. An area of the game I don't think amateurs practice enough, because I know I don't. So yeah, I'm going to talk you through a little bit of putting today. See how I can kind of practice on the carpet. Let's hope my girlfriend doesn't catch me and she doesn't tell me off. So I take you to the carpet of my bedroom floor. Now you can see I'm setting up 3 golf balls here. All I'm trying to do here is just work on kind of tempo of putt, just to get me to a little ball marker that I've got just in front of the camera that you can't sadly see, but mainly kind of looking at rhythm more than anything. One thing I'm going to really try and work on is rhythm, because I've noticed really when I'm playing badly and putting badly, my stroke becomes quite erratic and quite streaky, so it's difficult to kind of gauge kind of distance control because my swing kind of is all over the place. So really good place to kind of practice this is at home, because not a lot of amateurs practice this at a driving range. How many amateurs do you go and see that spend half an hour on a driving range but don't actually go to the putting green afterwards? I think this is really valuable. So yeah, overall I just think putting is such an easy thing to practice, like I'll say in a second. But yeah, just kind of really working on stroke more than anything, getting that rhythm and being familiar with your putter, I think is really key. So when I can't get out on a golf course, like today, and I'm a little bit golf deprived, you can see I've just put a little marker down on the carpet there whilst there, and that's just something to aim at. Just give me a few putts, so that's going in every day of the week. Yeah, just 3 putts at this basically, and that's just something I'm going to try and do a little bit more now. You can see I'm not going too far past the marker, which is something I've been working on the last few weeks, and that's just kind of weight of putt and just try not to leave it short really more than anything, because that's where scoring for me has been a little bit shocking, is leaving putts short. Not bad though. For me, I just think most amateurs I've kind of seen, they kind of misread where their faults are with putting, and I think a lot of it is down to weight rather than reading the green. In my opinion, I think that is where people are really not as strong as they think they are, is weight of putt. They always put it down to a misread rather than actually the weight and getting the pace right. And I think something like this, putting on something so quick as a carpet, could really help golfers, because let's be honest, especially where I'm from around here, I ain't going to get much quicker than what I'm putting on now, so you can almost adjust to this. I mean, I like playing on quick greens anyway, so I feel obviously that you don't have to hit it as hard, you don't have to do as much with the swing. That's a shocking putt. Yeah, I think weight of putt is most important really. I want to know, how many of you guys at home get a chance to do this? I appreciate not all of you will be able to do this, but how many of you do actually do a little bit of practice away from the golf course rather than just going to a driving range and hitting a ball? How many of you just spend half an hour or so at home or wherever just practicing putting? I guarantee you, I might be wrong, but I guarantee you there's not many of you that do it. I just think it's really valuable to just practice when you don't get a chance to go outside. Like me today, I've not had a chance to go out and play. It's like 40-mile-an-hour winds, like I've said. I just think doing this, you're keeping a rhythm going. I've not played in a few days, probably won't play now for a couple of days. You keep a rhythm going rather than just waiting for the next time you go and play around and you have a couple of minutes before you're around on the practice green. This is the easiest thing to practice at home. Even if you've got like I've not got much room in this house at all, but I'm still finding time to practice. I mean, that's only about a 6-foot putt, 7-foot putt. And those are the ones I get nervy on, so practicing them for me is perfect. Now, if you've got bigger space, practice the bigger putts if that's where you feel you're weak, but I think this is something that a lot of people could do, that maybe they don't. I'm lucky I'm home alone today, so I can practice as long as I want, but it's the easiest thing to practice is putting, because you don't have to be on the golf course, you don't have to be anywhere related to golf to practice it. You know, I'm in my bedroom there, on the carpet, practicing. And it'll help my stroke and my weight of putt for this. Obviously, like I say, I'll have to adjust when it comes to the pace of greens, but you're getting a rhythm going, you're getting that feel of the putter. It certainly helps for me. I think it will for you on getting that putting technique polished down and start making a few birdies. So, that was my words of wisdom on how to practice putting at home. Excuse the noise, little one is home. She's a bit excited. So yeah, thank you for watching today. Again, apologies, it's just me kind of talking at home, but I hope these kind of little home practice routines do help you. I honestly do think doing things like this when you're not playing for a longer period of time really helps. It's just a case of keeping your eye on, isn't it? And especially with putting. Putting is one of those things that no one actually really practices a lot if you think about it. So to putt at home, even if it's just having a putter in the lounge or whatever, and you've got 5-10 minutes doing nothing, just pick the putter up and have a few swings with it. Because getting to know your putter, at the end of the day, you've got to think about it in a way. I use this as an example when people kind of pay a lot of money for drivers. People will practice a driver on a driving range. How many times will you use that driver on a golf course? Average kind of normal members course, probably 14 par 4s. 13, 14 par 4s, so maybe 14 times if you're using driver every time. You use a putter at least 2 times every hole. So makes sense to practice the putter more than the driver, surely. And that's something I'm starting to learn as well, and I'm hopefully kind of going to help you guys learn that as well. But yeah, so the weather is looking pretty bleak for the rest of the week here, but I'm going to try and get out on the golf course, or at least head down to the Bunker Indoor Golf Centre maybe tomorrow, and do a bit of filming down there just to kind of show you how I'm kind of practicing a bit more. So yeah, I will probably see you in the next couple of days. Comment below, because I'm really kind of keen to see how you guys practice and how you guys are looking to get a handicap lower. It might not even be putting where you guys need to work on, but just comment below on what you're going to practice before the season starts. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of days.